Okay. This is all they have.
Right, all right, good evening, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes from 10:30 and
Yeah, you guys can do both.
30.
I will second both. All in favor of both?
Aye.
Aye. Motion to approve the claims.
Make a motion to approve the claims.
Will second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 2-0. The holiday party. Can I get a motion to approve closing it from noon to 2 on the 18th of December courthouse?
Make a motion to close the courthouse from noon to 2 on the 18th with holiday party.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any questions on the holiday schedule?
The normal meeting.
I will a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve the holiday schedule for 2026.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 2-0. The bids.
I'll do that.
Look at them real quick, pass them off.
Bring them all. Oh, it's free. Yeah. Campbell Excavating. This would be for bridge 103. Everybody's worth.
Second bid is from HIS Constructors, Inc. Well, nothing. Good, so.
Oh, I should have thought, you know, you do want to read it.
Nope. I get it. Third one. Milestone. Can I get a motion to take these bids under advisement?
Make a motion to take the bill under advisement.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 2-0. The motion to approve both transfers,
Transfer.
bituminous and gravel, for both the same amount.
Make a motion for the transfer.
Second, all in favor? Aye, 2-0. BZA appointment, we're still working on. Our contract is under review by Ethan. Public comment, we are going to move that into the joint meeting. So can I get a notice to close the commissioners meeting?
Make a motion to close the commission meeting.
I'll second, in favor. Aye. I will call to order the joint November 17th joint meeting between the commissioners and the council.
I call to order the November 17th joint meeting with commissioners for the council.
All right, we'll move to department heads. Jenny, are you on there?
Yes, I am.
All right, go ahead.
So, I do have, I feel like I'm echoing. I have the purchase, order for a new vehicle that we had discussed for a Toyota 4Runner, and the price came in at $38,790.80. Trade-in value of our current vehicle is $8,000. We do have the funds in our 1168 grant fund to cover those charges. So I just didn't know what you thought, or if you had any questions, or how you wanted to move forward.
Jenny, could you tell us again what the trade-in was value?
$8,000.
The 38,000 is before the trade-in.
I'm sorry.
The 38,790 is before the trade-in.
That's the total price after the
then-
trade-in of the current vehicle. So the $38,790.80 is the total cost after trade-in of the vehicle. So the vehicle that we looked at, we had a couple different options. We actually kind of assessed and evaluated getting a Tahoe just for the ground clearance that we need. So we tried to hit a couple different high points for our office needs. It's kind of hard to hit all of them. So like for the environmental side, a truck would be useful for the ground clearance and maybe some of the bed space, whereas our clinical side, they need the cargo space, but we don't want to put vaccines in a truck bed. So we tried to find a vehicle that had that ground clearance with some cargo space and reliability. And that's where we came up with this 2025 Toyota 4Runner. It is the base model, so it doesn't have any of the perks or bells and whistles to it, but we do find that it would be a reliable vehicle. Our goal is keep in mind, is to hopefully have it for at least 10 years. We currently on our trade-in vehicle, we have 67,000 miles on it. So I think that that's very doable for us to be able to attain.
Kim, what do we have left in those two funds?
Welcome to 68, we have like
1168.
43,000.
43,000, yeah.
Correct.
That's what we talked about, that
Yeah.
taking it out of that local companies. It's sounded like she said 1150, and that it just.
It was
Yeah,
1168.
1168 in the email that I received from her.
We need to make a motion?
Well, you have to do it first.
Yeah.
Have you advertised that?
For the,
To take that out.
1168.
yeah, but it's, I mean,
We can't.
Did we budget? For this year? Did we budget any of that money?
no, I mean, it's budgeted for the car, that's what she said she wants to use it for.
Yes.
But yeah, it's in there.
And it's gonna, for additional.
But I don't think I don't think the time period will allow us to approve that expenditure
Right,
until
yes.
December.
We'll have to have a public hearing on that.
Right.
December. Yeah.
So I guess I have a question on that. Where does that request come from? Because I did contact them, Indiana Department
December
of Health.
8th meeting.
We'll go ahead. Jenny, did you hear all that?
No, because I did have a question on that.
She's still on there.
So,
So, is Jenny still on there?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get a
Give him my-
motion to approve the health department to purchase the new vehicle? A motion to purchase the new vehicle for the health department.
I'll make a motion for the health department on the vehicle.
I'll second that. Favor? Aye. As far as quotes from movers. Ethan, do you think we need a motion to, I mean, it's $4,800.
That doesn't even have to be bid out like
Yeah,
that, so
yeah, so-
that's, I mean, if it's within her budget, that's day-to-day operation
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what I figured, so. Jenny, are you still on there?
Yes, I'm still here. Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
She'll be one with the movers if she needs to. Move on to the next one. Oh, yeah, Garth, sorry, yes. Garth, Tina,
The only thing I have is what's later on there about the funding for the ambulance. We'll talk about that.
okay,
That's all.
we'll get there, yeah, okay. Jason, you guys got anything?
The only thing I have is we received all of our letters of interest for our Bridge 202 construction inspection and our HS inspection. Didn't know the council member and the commissioner would be interested in doing the scoring again. I believe in Jeff and Aaron.
Yeah, this last time, so.
if you guys want to, I'll get those to you. To review, to do scoring, to get them out back the, first week of December, I feel like you do enough time.
That's fine.
do that.
Yep.
You drop by, give her. Yeah, you can do that, yeah, that's fine. And then, we still. Did we submit or we're getting ready to advertise our community process for next week or next year? It will be Coffee Brothers Road, State Road 234, State Road 42. We'll try to do that next week, or community process.
Which 103 at, I forgot.
What's that?
Where's Bridge 103 at, I forgot.
It is on Foster Road, just
Right.
north of Oregon.
Yeah, you got anything?
I just emailed you, a list of all the projects that I currently have going on and different phases and where those are, so it's just for your review, but I wanted to, let you know that I did put a subcommittee together for the Attica project, because it is so very big and time consuming. So we have our architect, we have our, contractor, we have our grant administrator, and then all of Attica's representatives together, connected, so that they all know who to go to for the expert advice to make sure that that related grant is done. And then Reggie also mentioned that they might assign their own team of grant administrators and people to monitor that, but it's a beast. So I just wanted you to know that I do have a whole group put together that have known all of the things that from the beginning of the project now it's on.
That's it, right?
Okay, review and acknowledge the treasurer's bank reconciliation and monthly comparison report. Has everyone had an opportunity to view that? And are there any questions or corrections or additions that need to be done?
I asked a question about the WEGA.
Mhm.
This invoice for $214,393.66, is that the ARPA money? And can we legally give that to them? Or do we have to have bills submitted? You know, we have an attorney in Indy list, so to look over all that. Tell us what, because we don't want to get caught in the wrong side with the feds on that ARPA money. And I don't know if we can give that to them, or we have to pay for individual bills.
What, doesn't it have to be what you guys agreed upon, how it would be done? We have to follow what you and Brenda had agreed upon at that time with Colleen, is that correct?
Right, that was submitted to the attorney in Indy, and I thought it was, they had to submit bills. We had to pay for projects. I didn't think we could give that to them. That's probably something that, and I can't remember the attorney's name that we have a contract with.
I wonder if they were trying to get the remainder of the money before the end of the year because these funds have to be spent before the end of the year, or they lose them, or we lose them.
And I really.
But we have to do it the right way.
Yes, so we need to, and maybe Ethan can answer this, but I know we hired a special attorney to handle the ARPA money to tell us what we can do and can't do.
And I know nothing about that, but what you're telling me sounds right.
I assumed that Sheridan clip invoices on
We were
it.
supposed to submit invoices.
And we were, that's kind of how I left it.
That's how I understood it as well, that we
Or-
were submitting invoices.
Or,
Now, the question I had was some of the work because of the schedule. Does the work need to be done before those invoices are submitted? Was the question, like, then would it be 3 invoices sent where work is going to be done in the spring because of the weather? And with that, if the weather's an issue, that was the only question here.
Was the attorney's name Dustin Meeks?
Yes.
Okay, maybe we should get in touch with him.
Yes. Because I think we have to have, with the Hillsborough project, they had to submit bills and we paid
Yes.
those bills. And
And
I don't think we could just have an invoice for that total amount.
I never even knew that was on the table, so I'm aware of all of that.
Yeah, as long as we have work that's been done and the bills are submitted, we're okay, but I don't think that will fly in the feds.
You know who requested that? Money to be sent to me again? Sharon?
Yeah, I don't, it was just an attachment from Kim, so I don't know.
I
Yeah.
just think she misunderstood the
Okay,
combine.
yeah, because Jeff and I had discussed it, and we said, I asked, can we send the invoices in, and we knew that needed.
And I told her, I said, you can be his name right up to the swing, just so it's by 31st. But, and I didn't, wonder if there was any like a group. We could get invoices that would kind of prepay things.
That'd be it.
That's it.
That's the big,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's something.
We'll see.
Well, but there's things that need to be ordered, I mean,
It's
there's,
pretty common,
like,
contractors to want some of the front.
yes,
So that's-
yes, okay.
That's happy.
Yes.
Or covered, something.
Kim, if you'll get a hold of Dustin Meeks tomorrow. And then reach out to Kim and the council and let us know what, you can put it in the same email. I'm good with that if you are. And you might also include Sharon, if you have Sharon's email address. That way all parties will know at the same time.
I just think she's misunderstood. Part of the conversation. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, maybe she has invoices to cover that amount, but
Right.
we need the actual invoices.
Okay, the Donald,
Jenny has no.
oh, Jenny,
Jenny, are you back on there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
She's talking.
She's talking.
Can you unmute
Can you
the
hear me?
speaker at the bottom right? Is that it? Or does Brad have to do all this?
Hello?
Down by the Wi-Fi? Jenny, can,
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
we can.
Okay, so I wanted to circle back on that, the vehicle, because I somehow, I don't know, got just muted or something. So we have to advertise on this. Is that where's that a requirement? I know I could contacted Indiana Department of Health, and that is not a requirement on their end to use these funds. So where does that come into play? I'm just curious.
it's on the.
Jerry, we have to advertise it because it's gonna be an additional, even though you have to get permission from the state to use those funds. We have to advertise that we're gonna spend those funds. The council's gonna spend it, so we have to advertise it, have a public hearing, and we can vote on that at the December 8th meeting.
And I think we have to do that because it was never budgeted directly for that.
So it's just a formality. We have to advertise it before
So
we
that's
can.
a council resolution, is that what you're saying then?
Yes,
Okay,
but as long as you have approval from the state to use those funds, then I don't think there'll be any problem with the council approving it.
okay. Yeah, I just hate to put in all the work and then come another 3 weeks and then it be gone, but it doesn't sound like I have much choice, so okay. The other question, oh, sorry, go ahead.
If you go ahead and give her, if we're agreeable, the council give approval for her, go ahead.
To enter into the agreement, yeah, as long as you don't pull a rug out from under her 3 weeks from now when it's time to pay.
I would think if that passes.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, go ahead.
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and authorize Jenny to purchase that vehicle, and then on December 8th, we'll vote on the approving of the funds.
Can I get a second for that
Second.
motion? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, 6-0.
Thank you for that.
Thank
The other thing I had a question on is for these movers, since we are using HFI funds for all of our extras, and I mean extras like our supplies and our maintenance and things for 2025, I have no line item. So where should I take that out of? Do I need an additional or any suggestion?
Can we go ahead and use the balance of that 1168 and then we can take it out 1159 health?
That's what I'm thinking. Did you hear that, Jenny?
Yes, I can check on the 1168. I know they're kind of funny about some of that because we were not allowed to use some of that 1168 for renovations. So I don't know, but I will definitely check and see what our options are on that. And then we'll use the rest out of 1159 if it comes down to that.
Okay.
But either way, you'll need to let Kim know because she'll have to advertise that before we can vote on it December 8th.
Okay, it's an additional. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, the Donnelly invoice. This is for the remount of the ambulance. We must be getting it very soon. I'm taking it. No, okay.
What I saw.
Well, I was having hopeful thoughts. So they want their money prior to us receiving it, then.
No, I would take a check with FEMA and they say it's completed and I do a final inspection on it.
So you are pretty certain that this will be the final bill?
That'll be the final amount.
Okay.
We had budgeted that in and because it was not done last year. Colleen had said we need to encumber that over to this year. So I turned the invoice in, but Kim and I were talking. I don't recall that being encumbered in this year. I believe, does that not get voted on like in the 1st of January when we do encumbrance over, or do we do that?
We do that the year before.
Yeah, we would have done that December.
So that invoice came in, you see it shows December 17th.
Yeah, I see that.
And I don't know if we had a meeting after that or not.
We're down on the 30th or 31st.
But I don't recall, I thought we'd done an encumbrance over, but I can't remember Kim's look and. We're not sure.
I know,
I know
I
on
didn't.
December 30th.
We did.
On December 30th, I think it talks about bring funds this year for next year.
So it just, but then it's,
We didn't find anything.
we didn't, we never
Can't, it says she didn't find it.
can find it, okay, then it'll have to be advertised and.
So-
Additional.
Then I request that gets advertised now and. Go to the December 8th meeting for a public hearing on that. Can we do that?
Have you advertised yet for this health? Okay, so you could advertise.
Advertise, for the health I did,
Oh, you've already advertised.
but not for the movers.
You're in enough
So we
time.
could do the, yes,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, right,
so she can do them both.
yeah.
Yeah, I could do
Yeah.
both at the same time.
Yeah, there's time to do an advertisement for that.
So then after December 8th, then once that's all approved, and that's when we'll check we cut, then, okay. That gives me an idea what I tell it. After seeing what I saw today, we delivered the trade-in truck, because they'll have to take the radios out of the med board out. And I did get the opportunity to look at the truck, and then he's telling me it's gonna be done next week. And it'll be done next week. I mean, it's.
We've heard that since, what, March?
Yeah, and they said that some of the HVAC lines that were supposed to come in the mail somewhere, they can't find, I don't know where they're at, so looking at it, I highly doubt it's gonna be done this week, so. A little disappointed, he saw that, I was very disappointed, should have been farther along than what it was, but like I said, that's the discussion on that, I just wanted, we just have to wait until December 8th and
Okay,
that's all I had.
That's all we can do.
Anything on that was the, that's on the city.
Okay, thank you. We did not do a vote on the reconciliation and comparison. Did we?
No.
Okay, let's backtrack just for a second.
Okay.
Has everybody had a chance to look at those documents? Do we have any additions or corrections or questions? May I have a motion to approve the reconciliation for September 2025 and the monthly fund comparison report?
Okay.
Motion by Jeff Fischerow. May I get a second?
I'll say.
Seconded by Dudley. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 6-0. The special lit ordinance, Dudley, would you like to take that from here?
Okay, so, we've talked the last few months about transferring some of the excess money from the special lit fund into county general, but before that, the way the law was written, we have to reestablish that rate. So, we have an ordinance, it's number 2025-04. An ordinance of the County Council of Fountain County, Indiana, affirming the special local income rate for the jail project. Whereas Fountain County, Indiana, pursuant to Indiana Code 6-3.6-7-8.5, the County Council may adopt an ordinance imposing an additional county adjusted gross income tax rate, the revenues from which may be used to address deficiencies with respect to the jail facility. And whereas the Fountain County Council found that revenues from the county adjusted gross income tax on the county taxpayers at a rate of 55/100% 0.55% pursuant to IC Indiana Code 6-3.6-7-8.5, such county adjusted gross income tax rate took effect on January 1st, 2018. And whereas the Fountain County Council under Senate Bill 453 is codified under Indiana Code 3-3.6-7-8.5 shall pass a new ordinance to adjust the local income tax rate to a rate that, one, is not greater than the rate necessary to pay for the financing, construction, acquiring, improving, and equipping the county jail and related buildings and parking facilities, including any other reasonably related costs, but no more than 0.55%, and two, is not greater than the rate necessary to pay for said expenditures. Now therefore be it ordained by the County Council of Fountain County, Indiana as follows. Fountain County Council has made the following determinations. An additional local income tax revenue is needed to the county to do the following: finance, construct, acquire, improve, renovate, and equip the county jail and related buildings and parking facilities, including costs related to the demolition of existing buildings, the acquisition of land, and any other reasonably related costs. Repay the bonds issued or leases entered into for the purposes described in subdivision A. 2, the additional local income tax rate was established at 0.55% effective on January 1st, 2018, and has been in effect since that date. A surplus of $7,500,000 existed as of the passing of this ordinance that the Fountain County Council was permitted to allocate to the county general fund pursuant to Indiana Code 6-3.6-7-8.5. 4, prior to transferring said surplus to the county general fund, the council is required to determine a new local income tax rate. Having deliberated and discussed the matter, Fountain County Council determined that the rate necessary to finance, construct, acquire, improve, renovate, and equip the county jail and related buildings and parking facilities, including costs related to the demolition of existing buildings, the acquisition of land, and any other reasonably related costs, including repayment of bonds issued for these purposes, is the original rate of 0.55%. Fountain County Council has determined that said rate is necessary to pay for the purposes described above. Said tax rate shall be imposed until the latter of the following: A, the date on which the financing, construction, acquisition, improvement, renovation, and equipping of the facilities described above are completed, or B, the date on which the last of any bonds issued, including refunding bonds or leases into to finance the construction, acquisition, improvement, renovation, and equipping of the facilities described above are fully paid. So we need a motion whether to accept this or not accept this ordinance.
May I get a motion to either accept or not accept the ordinance?
I'll make a motion to accept the ordinance.
Motion made by Denise. May I get a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Dudley. Any questions or concerns before we take a vote? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye, 6-0.
Now, with that in the path, we have resolution number 2025-12. A resolution of the County Council of Fountain County, Indiana, approving a one-time transfer of the special lit tax to the county general fund. Whereas Fountain County, Indiana, pursuant to the Indiana Code 6-3.6-7-8.5, the county council may adopt an ordinance imposing additional county adjusted gross income tax rate, revenues from which may be used to address deficiencies with respect to the jail facility. And whereas the Fountain County Council found that revenues from the county adjusted gross income tax and county taxpayers at a rate of 55/100% pursuant to Indiana Code 6-3.6-7-8.5, such county adjusted gross income tax rate took effect on January 1st, 2018. And whereas the Fountain County Council under Senate Bill 453 is codified under Indiana Code 3-3.6-7-8.5 has been allowed a one-time transfer of the excess funds to the county general fund. Now therefore be it resolved by the County Council of Fountain County, Indiana as follows. Fountain County Council has made the following determination. One, the county jail revenue fund established pursuant to the Indiana Code contains excess reserves, and that a transfer from said fund to the county general fund is necessary. Total amount of excess reserves contained in the county jail revenue fund as of the date of this resolution is $7,500,000. Total amount to be transferred from the county jail revenue fund to the county general fund is $7,500,000. Or the transfer from the county jail revenue fund to the county general fund will take place on December 1st, 2025. And 5, Fountain County Council wants the special local income tax rate to remain at 0.55% this time. And then the 7.5 million can only be used for EMS, the ambulance services, so those expenses.
Get a motion to approve the ordinance. 1225-12, is that what you said, Dudley? 12?
Resolution.
Or resolution, sorry, resolution
Resolution.
1225-12.
2025-12.
May I get a motion to approve resolution 2025-12?
Motion.
Jeff Carver,
Second.
seconded by Todd. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. 6-0. Thank you, Dudley, for working on this.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. That would be you.
Can I get a motion to approve the bid from Tom Fish Road to work on the wastewater shredder jail? Same next.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The Harder engagement letter, can I get a motion to approve the engagement letter from Leslie Harder?
I'll make a motion to approve the engagement letter.
I'm second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Time.
What is that? That Leslie Harder engagement, what is that?
That's her,
The attorney?
yes,
That you're talking about?
yes, yes.
That's correct.
She's going on full time now?
She is representing,
The county
the county, period,
Yeah.
yes,
in the litigation.
in the litigation. Okay.
Can I get a motion to approve Lesky Harder engagement letter on behalf of the council? Denise has made the motion. May I get a second? Jeff Fisher seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Todd, are you referring?
I'm sorry.
6-0.
All right, we'll move on to the time clock, discussion / demonstration. I believe they are on there, ready to go. Yeah.
Yes, we're on here.
Yes.
Good evening. Are you guys able to hear us okay?
Yes, you're good. We'll give you the floor. Go ahead.
Awesome. Any time frame on this? We want to be curious of the time there at 10, 15 minutes. What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, that'd be fine. That's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna pass it over to Sam. She'll be leading the demonstration, and then we'll kick it back over.
Hello, everybody. My name is Samantha. I'm the solutions consultant here at TCP. We want to make sure that you have an idea of what exactly TCP is here to help the county with, but we also are going to make sure that we have you covered on cost as well. So I'll keep this brief, and if any additional questions come up, please don't hesitate to jump right on in and ask those. I am going to go ahead and share my screen. If everybody can just let me know. Oh, and I'm sorry. Whoever is handling this meeting, it looks like a request was just pushed over to share my screen. I got it. Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, we should be able to see our physical clocks to the far left. Is everybody able to see that okay?
Yes.
Wonderful. Now, an introduction to TCP overall. TCP's goal here is for the departments of the county to be able to easily access and streamline timekeeping and payroll processes. Here with TCP, we offer a variety of options when it comes to actually collecting time. Depending on the department or even the employee, we can leverage things like physical devices that you'd find as you enter in, mounted on a wall somewhere. Things like physical pin entry. Badges can be leveraged, biometric devices to ensure we don't have any buddy punching, or even a camera option. Now, in our earlier discussions, it sounded like we may have a mixture between physical clocks being leveraged, as well as our web option and even mobile. One of the things that we always like to call out when we start talking a little bit about TCP is our goal is to make sure that you have accurate time tracking every time. So being able to bake in parameters to ensure that we have everybody clocking in where they're supposed to be, right? For our officers, right? That may be around the entire county. We can tailor this on a very individual level as needed. And then the nice thing is it doesn't matter if it's bad weather or maybe internet goes out, our system is equipped to be able to operate offline. So what that means is there would never be a point where we have supervisors having to manually enter in time. Paper timesheets aren't going to get lost or funneled in, right? All of this is going to help automate our processes, especially when it comes time to actually processing payroll. Now we should be able to see our web clock screen TCP. We still able to see this okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Now, the nice thing about TCP and what is really going to be different for the county today is there is a lot of back and forth when it comes to visibility. Now, regardless of where your employee is going to track their time, whether that's a phone, a physical device, or even their own computer, the nice thing is they're going to now have full visibility on any of the hours that they're tracking, right? Leave request and the current balance or the current status, whether that's approved, pending, or denied. And then now we can actually pull in the balances from Lao. So that way I, as an employee, can easily come in here and see how much time do I actually have available, right? Very easy process for them to come in and actually see their information, submit leave request, or even approve off on their hours. Great flexibility. That same flexibility is actually going to be available for our supervisors or those department heads as well, right? So if you'll notice, we can actually tailor this dashboard view. One thing that I always like to call out is our department heads' visuals and their priorities may be completely different than payroll, and that is okay. The system is not meant to actually fit you into what we can do, but rather be flexible enough to fit based on what your needs are. Highlighting things like time cards that need to be approved, leave request, or for even safety purposes, visibility to who's clocked in, who's on leave, or who's on break, depending on what you're needing. The goal of the system is to really streamline visibility into everybody who's punching. For payroll or HR, right, we may be focusing on things like FMLA or qualifications, certifications, things like that. It doesn't matter who is leveraging the system. Our team is well equipped to come in, set you up for success, and let the system do its job, right? Now, one of the biggest things, and as we started talking a little bit with the county on how this is going to be crucial, is TCP is going to be one of the few time and attendance systems that actually has an integration with our payroll system today. What this means is the days and the hours that we are spending going through the paper timesheets, validating that anything is correct, going in and actually keying in those hours, all that can be reduced to a matter of hours with a click of a button. This is something that we do, and we have been doing for over 35 years at this point. We do it well, and the nice thing is you're not alone. Implementation, I'm a little biased, I'll be honest with you. I started on that side of the house, but we really, truly believe that payroll is key. We want to make sure that our taxpayers' money is going and it's getting accurately distributed, right? We also want to make sure that our staff feels comfortable that knowing every check that's coming in, it's accurate, it's calculated, and it's not being done by hand, right? Our team is going to stay with you for 2 successful pay periods, going through all the mapping and best practices. And this is also going to include training for our employees, specific department heads, and then also the payroll team as well. I know we kept it brief. I know we have a full agenda today. What we would say is as questions come up, we're happy to go into additional information, review things like that. But let's talk a little bit about what this is going to look like for the county. So with that being said, I'll pass it back over to Mason. Thank you all for your time.
Awesome. Thank you. I will also share my screen. In this time frame, I think Lisa and Kim were hoping to go over pricing as well. Am I under the correct assumption there?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, sweet. So you guys should see my screen pop up. I hope so. I don't know if I have to request or are you guys able to see this pricing sheet here?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, I do real quick. Just want to say thanks for letting us be a part of this agenda. I know it was kind of a last minute throw us on there, so we appreciate you guys letting us walk through this. It's a pleasure to meet all of you and each and every one of you. But what I went through with Lisa and I think Kim has seen kind of a preview of this is really a rough draft of the pricing. There's a lot of variable options on here just so you have all of our material. This is going to be able to be fine-tuned or adjusted as you guys come up with what is going to be a formal amount or a formal quantity. But I'll run you through how TCP breaks down each of the variations and then let you guys run with it in terms of how do you want to move forward or how do you want to adjust. TCP breaks things down into 2 different variations. So the first one you'll see here is just an annual investment or an ongoing or reoccurring investment is what we'll call it. And that comes in 2 different ways. It comes with 2 different factors to it. The first one is the amount of employees that would use the system. We call them seats on the bus, right? They're a license count. You have that license count throughout that in the entirety of the contract. It can go up or down just depending on your year. You might lose some one year or gain some another year. So that is adjustable. Currently, that sits at $45 per user per year. Lisa had mentioned about 150 employees there for the county. If you need that to change or go up or down, just let me know and I'm happy to do that. The second one that you'll see here is based off of the quantity of hardware. So I did put a little V here because this is going to change based on which devices or how many devices you would choose to use for the county. So this number here would absolutely change, but it's just based off of that number. Right now for 3 different devices, that would be 1118 per year. And then for one-time investments or just to purchase the system, each of the hardware here would be listed. I want to stop and ask a quick question to the team here. Out of the devices Sam showed, did you guys have a preference? I know Lisa said keep it a little broad for you to decide. Did we have a preference in mind?
Fingerprint is what we were looking at.
Okay, sweet. And I know she had maybe said a few of those. Do you know a quantity of how many you would like to see for the county?
Did you guys ever come up with one central location and then we don't do one, right? Or we discussed one for now, right?
For the courthouse.
Just one at the bottom. I believe we discussed having one for
Okay.
now, then going from there.
Okay, perfect. So then just real quick, so you can kind of get an idea, this number here would drop down to 473.85. So that you can see where that variable comes into play just based off the device and the quantity. But then that would omit this item here and this item here. You would just see this line item here for a list of one. It would be priced at $2,084.25 for that device. Does that sound like a good avenue to take, or is that reasonable for you guys?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I always like to make sure. Then these two down here are optional. We do recommend them, but these are attachments for the hardware. So the first one you'll see is a camera. On the picture Sam had showed, there's a little camera or a pill-shaped attachment on the top of the clock. What we can do is when people clock in or clock out, take a lunch break, you name it, it'll actually snap a picture of them. You're already the most verified way of tracking your fingerprint. So we can take this off if you want to, but it is an optional just in case you think someone's stealing someone's thumb, which is unlikely. But for the most part, that's an option. We can omit that though with the fingerprint. Does that sound like the right approach?
I'm okay with that. Yes. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, with the fingerprint, the camera's normally not ever needed. I had everything listed here for Lisa, so I'm just working through it. But this one here, I would say keep on here. Power over Ethernet for your tech department, for your IT guys. It's a lot easier for them to figure out how to plug these in with just a power over Ethernet adapter. Instead of thinking about like a wall outlet and Wi-Fi or internet capabilities, you can just use it for kind of a 2 birds with 1 stone. So I would recommend that. That will stay at $285.75, and that just goes with this one device. And then for shipping and handling, of course, it's not going to be $1, but I will get a proper shipping and handling. We have to go through UPS to get those numbers. We have a different system on the side, but I'll put together that and send it on a proper order. And then the last one here you see is for the onboarding. I know Sam had mentioned it, is to configure the system, make sure we're sending information to Lao correctly, doing 3 payroll cycles with you, basically making sure the system is being used in the fashion you want it to, and it's what you want to see at the end of the day. That's based on 40 hours of service. That's 40 hours of our time, plus any time that you spend with us. We will handhold throughout the entire process. But that's $210 an hour so a total charge of $8,400. And then that would bring you to a different total here, which I can pull together on the side and send over to you guys. Any questions on the pricing? Does that kind of make sense? Anything I might be missing?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, perfect. The last things I do want to throw out here too are just you guys were a part of Omnia. So I know that's a cooperative that we do price through. It does give you some small discounts there on just the side to start off with. And then I also want to mention it to the team here. We are out running cyber campaigns. So right now we do have a 50% off promotion for anything approved by a specific date. Right now it's the end of the month. That's 50% off for a 5-year contract on onboarding and 100% off onboarding for a 7-year contract. So this number right here is the number in question. Do you guys think you would want to try to take an approach like that, or is there a different timeline in mind for you all?
Some money. What are you thinking?
Council, do you have any questions? Thoughts?
You said just one unit, so you're looking at this just for courthouse employees, not.
With expansion probably going to other buildings, but for now, I think just try it here in the courthouse. And see how it works out.
So what would the total be then? Since we're only gonna do one unit?
Yeah, that's a great point out. I would I'd have to get shipping. It shouldn't be too much additional, so I will get that. So, but bear in mind that number will be missing. Were you thinking a 5 or a 7-year contract for total pricing?
Well, what does both of them look at like, so we can have a comparison?
Nope, great call out. So 50% if you were to sign a 5-year would be it would be 14,057.35. And then, not to mention, not including shipping and handling. And then for 100% off, so a 7-year contract, you would be looking at 9,857. And that would buy the licensing and the hardware with, oh, I need to take the camera off. I'm sorry.
Hey, Mason, just one thing super quick, and good evening, everybody. My name is James Messing. I'm in sales leadership here with Mason and Sam. One thing just to give a little peace of mind when we look at the 7-year, we do have a non-appropriations clause. So if something does shift within county budget, you would have an out just to give peace of mind to take advantage of that, incentive waiving the entire $8,400 amount. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Thanks, James. That's a great call.
Yeah.
So for a 7-year with free onboarding would be 9,547 with 60 cents. And then all you would worry about reoccurring wise would be it'd be 426 for the hardware support and then 6,750 for the licenses. So that would be your yearly amount.
Those licenses are gonna be less, they would go way down, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
We're just doing it here.
That seems overstated if we just do the lines.
What happens if you add to another building? Does it incur onboarding? Then?
If we go to another building, that would be, you're going to pay the same. Is the license fee the same and maintenance? That'd just be, if you went 2 devices, how does that work?
So yes, sir. So the hardware support and maintenance is based off of the quantity of hardware. So if you were to add hardware, it would add on to the support fee. This is probably a good time to explain why that fee's there. The support and maintenance comes from the updates within the device itself because it is connected to the software, but it also covers the actual terminals themselves. So you don't have to come and pay another $2,000 fee to get a new clock. That support and maintenance fee covers that. So if they break in the next 7 years, we'll just send you a new one instead of you having to pay for a whole new clock. But yes, sir, to answer your question, it would increase.
Okay, I have a question in regards to the enterprise licensing for 150 users. What if we have less than 150 users? Does that amount change?
So that was the number that Lisa had mentioned. Are you saying like if you guys grow or go down in size over the 7 years?
I mean,
Yes,
I'm not how many employees are in our courthouse, but I don't know that there's 150.
Yeah, that was for everywhere.
Really?
Full time.
Yeah, so if you just doing the courthouse, it'd be less.
Okay.
That's not your salary.
You
would have your salary, people would get a license, because they're not gonna check it.
Right. So yeah, it'd be less than half of this. So that number would go down.
The licensing should go down too. I think we need to narrow down the price that we divided.
Yeah, we need to reconfigure this licensing fee because we don't have 150 employees in our courthouse. And the elected officials will not clock in and out because they're salaried individuals. In the
Okay.
likelihood they probably would not.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's perfectly fine with me. I don't know if that's something Kim would send me or if any of the team here wants to email that to me. I can put together different numbers. If you have a ballpark now that you would like to see, I'm happy to explore while we're sitting here. Is there a courthouse number in mind?
We're working on that. Give us a couple seconds here.
Nope, you're good. I like it. This is the fun part.
I guess 35.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking roughly. Right, there's about 40.
Doing us around 40. I'm barely at 20 and I'm going.
From the floor down.
Because you're not gonna have everybody, I don't know who you're gonna have talking if you don't have elected officials.
She's one.
Yeah.
She's not like the push. Definitely, absolutely. Yeah. 911 would be.
Saying there were 40%.
That is, we're also.
Yeah, there's 10 and 9. So there were 10.
Yeah, so their systems. Yeah. Right, but even lower.
Right, are you guys looking at a based-in approach? Because obviously this software is going to give you a scale of economy. So if you just implement it in one place, I don't think you're going to get the true benefit. But if you implement it in multiple places like county garage or whatever.
We can't do the garage. It's gonna be different for them.
Oh, it is, okay.
Yeah, because they drive their own trucks and during snowplow season, they're probably gonna have to clock in and out using their phone.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say it might be easier to have a phased-in approach where you can actually benefit from the implementation of the software.
I think this was just kind of the priority to begin with. And then we see how well this does.
Are they in any other county in Indiana?
Yes. Are you guys located in any other county in Indiana?
Yes, we are. We have, I think, 8. It's Benton, Boone, Clinton, Fulton Green, and then I think Posey is another one. I think there's 2 more. LaGrange and Noble. I think those are the lists right there.
Why don't you calculate 35 employees?
Yes, ma'am. Let me see. So 35 would be 1575 per year. And then for the one device with power over Ethernet, shipping and handling, professional service for free on a 7-year would be $4,372.60.
4,000.
$4,372.60.
That's what I thought. So, okay. So that would be the package. Okay. Any discussion, council?
Let's get talked in, you these like Benton County auditors and see how it works.
And the top, no, I haven't looked at them.
So this special pricing is good until when?
As of right now, 11:30. When would you need it to be deadlined by?
Our next council meeting is December 8th. The commissioners is December 1st. So it would have to be approved by them first and come to the council for approval with the funds.
I'll say this out loud, and I'm sure I can get forgiveness later. I'll extend that until 11/9 in this case. It sounds like, and then we can go from there.
Yeah,
Does that work?
12/9, right?
Or 12/9. Sorry, I'm not going backwards.
That's
not going
that's
backwards.
fine.
We appreciate that because that'll give a chance for the girls to talk to another county to see how well they like their system.
That works for us. So I'll extend it to 12/9, and then who do I need to send the updated pricing to? Do you want me to send that to Kim, Lisa? I can
Yes.
send it to both.
That would be fine.
Yes.
Okay. I will go ahead and send it to both of them for 35, one hardware plus shipping and handling.
Perfect.
Sweet. I think that concludes our part of it. Any other questions for the TCP team?
The council does not.
Commissioners are good.
Sweet. Thank you so much for having us, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. Take care.
You too.
Okay. Sid Wells through the assessor's office. She's fine. Let's go ahead and make a motion to approve it.
Okay.
Can I get a motion to approve?
Yeah, I think the money's in here, but.
Yep, other than there.
Make a motion to approve the Sidwell GIS contract.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The invoice we already discussed.
I jumped the gun on that. I didn't see it was here. I thought I had Kim do her presentation. That's why I asked about that invoice.
And just any other questions come up on the? Are we good? Okay. Bridge number 39. Yes.
Oh, that's just the financial commitment letter that.
Yep.
We'd like for Kelly and Aaron to sign, if you guys are still okay with it.
Yep.
Moving forward, yeah.
Yep.
Did I ask if Kelly for 89 instead of that room right there, go over this?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Thank you.
The next two for distribution, can I get a motion to distribute both of those to the town general fund?
I'll make a motion to distribute CBOT and FIT to county general.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 2-0. Pauls and claws.
Would you like to know what we did?
They have no money, right?
Correct.
We did not budget it because
Correct.
I told you we weren't interested in doing it, so do you want to make a motion to deny contract?
Three little sums out. Make a motion to deny deny the contract, falls and falls.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 2-0. Can I get a motion to approve these transfers, send them to the council?
Make a motion to approve the transfer for the highway department and the jail to the council.
Aftermarket gravel, inmate hygiene and kitchen. Make a motion, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We'll do our part. Transfer in the highway department from DEF to gravel and in the jail from inmate personal hygiene to kitchen. Motion by Denise. May I get a second?
Second.
Seconded by Todd. Discussion?
Is that gonna mean that inmates are gonna be stink a little bit more?
You can take that up to the sheriff.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. 6-0. The auditor has asked requesting permission to make transfers from now until the end of the year, so we will not end up with line items in the red by December 31st. This request does not include any 1,000 account numbers or account numbers in 1,000. It will allow the auditor to better monitor those accounts.
I'll make a motion for that.
Denise makes a motion to approve, seconded. Jeff Carver, discussion? Beverly, you got anything for us?
Well, I do, our accident report 1101 is in the negative and it will not, we don't have any money to transfer. And we're gonna have to, and we might as well advertise. Instead of paying again to
Advertise it all together.
Let's just advertise, because we need to get that out of the hole. And I do have a question on why. 5211 or, yeah,
5211 Liberty National, why is that in the rating?
52. We don't even have that.
33,755.82, is that just an error?
It has to be, because we don't even have 50. We don't even have,
Do we not have a 5211?
we don't have Liberty National.
On page 3, right after Aflac. And same way with 5999 ONB health insurance account shows it in the red 53,000.
Oh, I think that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I believe.
That's all.
I know, it's,
That's a lot.
in errors.
Yeah, I'll have to check it. It's not coming up, but yeah, I'll check it.
But I
We don't
think
even
the
have-
accident report is only money coming in for people who ask for a copy of the accident report from the sheriff's department, that's
Oh,
not
okay.
like that,
I'll advertise for that. And I'll check.
yes.
So what would you like to do? Would you like to table this until our December meeting, or would you like?
Oh, no, I'm okay with voting.
Okay.
We got a motion. and a
We
second.
got a motion on the floor. We've had discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye, 6-0. Public comment.
It's really nice.
Hold on a second. Do you think we've missed something, Denise?
Doesn't do it. Oh, no, he did that.
Yes. Okay.
All right, open the floor, public comment.
Sure.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, commissioners and council persons, I'm Johnny Smith, from the city of Attica, and, I'm with Mr. Pointer today. And, we just wanted to, talk a little bit. Obviously, we've made, some inroads in trying to elevate our game to the county level. And, as a part of that, we also know that the SD1 is going to be making a lot of changes for us as the city of Attica. And so we're trying to identify, areas that we can work on at the city level. And actually, Mr. Porter and I both have two topics in particular we wanted to ask the council and the commissioners about to kind of get some advice and how things are handled. Before I say that, I'd like to actually make two comments. Both are real positive. First of all, we have I myself and my girlfriend Gigi, we take care of an older fellow in town in Attica. And he had an accident in his bathroom where he gashed his head open, and it was a mess. We found him the next day. And so we got on the phone with the ambulance or we called the ambulance EMS service. And I gotta tell you, those guys and Chief Little were there before she even hung up the phone. And they were absolutely professional, top notch. Okay, I can't say enough. So thank you very much. Second thing, Ms. Caldwell has been doing a fantastic job. Okay, and I just want to, elevate that also here. She's done a great job with communications, and she's got a tiger by the tail, and she's trying to figure out how to, break it down and make it successful. And so I just want to give her some kudos as well. Okay, one other thing. I don't know if it's possible with the council where the council and commissioners can establish something for the Fountain County. But I'll tell you, it just really, I see some of our different departments and commissions and boards or whatever, and they are spending upwards of $650 an hour on legal fees. And I just don't know why that is. And I asked the question and I'm told that we have to have it. And I just don't know anybody that's $650 an hour. Who's worth that, my personal opinion. And I don't know if the county can come in, especially with SB1 coming through, if the county and the commissioners could come through and establish a rule of thumb for limits, okay, on rates to be paid for
And I'm talking about the more specialty type attorneys, okay, and that it would actually require, if it exceeds a certain dollar amount per hour, that it would require council approval. Okay, now I'm not trying to log jam things or anything like that, but I'm just, do we have to pay for a Mercedes when we don't need it, kind of thing? And it just seems like it's out of control. And I'm not looking for an answer right now, but I just want to pose that out there to the commissioners and council. I know that you guys also have been in a meeting where you've been kind of forced to chew down, some pretty big rates, and I just don't think it's fair. So I just want to put that out there as food for thought. Then my particular topic, and then Councilman Pointer will talk about something. We have we have a number of cemeteries in the city of Attica and outside, but we are losing, and I'm being told that what I'm being told is that the cemetery, Riverside Cemetery in Attica, it's a loss, and it's just the way it is. Okay, it's a loss. And so I started digging into the numbers, and it could be as much as $250,000 loss per year. And while, I'm cognizant of the fact that, our citizens have loved ones buried there, at some point in time, the city should only be subsidizing so much. And I know that we have City of Attica versus townships and things like that. But we right now, or at least I am, looking to find a way to present to the council in Attica a way to handle this issue, to figure out a way to streamline operations, but yet keep the services at the same level as, our voters and citizens would expect. And so I'm looking for advice on how the county and the commissioners deal with cemeteries. And I know that Kelly, you had mentioned something about townships, the township trustees, but we're kind of in maybe a unique situation because we understand it. There are only 5 cemeteries in the state of Indiana that the city owns and operates, and Attica just happens to be one of them. So what are the possibilities and avenues that we can go in working with the county and the county commissioners to, come up with a way to deal with this?
Dudley, since your time on the council, has there ever been a cemetery commission, a county cemetery commission?
No, we'd get a report from, there was a group that was trying to take care of all the cemeteries, and they gave us reports, but it was always the trustees that had to take care of funding for the cemetery. Yeah, Jasper Fogelman, I think he's passed away.
And Bob Shepherd, he kind of took it on, but I think he's since quit doing it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always been up to the township trustees. The citizens of that township pays through their property tax into that trustee fund, and they allocate money for cemetery upkeep. They take bids for the mowing and the cleaning, and even the burial portion of it is usually paid through the township. As far as city owned, it was always the city's responsibility to take care of the city owned. It's kind of they were the kind of the township trustee. So I have no idea how you would go about creating something that would maintain those without costing up to $250,000.
You're worried about using that fund or having that funding and having to fund it, and then looking at SB1 coming down the road and where to cut.
Absolutely.
Basically where you're at, right?
Yeah, trying to get in front of this a little bit. And it seems to me like we should not be in the grave digging business. I think that the city of Attica can manage or administrate the cemetery, but the grave digging and mowing, I think, should not be a part of the city. And but my question is that how does the money flow to the trustees? Does it come from the county? Do you guys appropriate the money to the trustees?
No, it's a tax rate that.
Oh, it's a tax rate that they receive.
Goes to the trustees.
Okay.
We used to have oversight, but we never have had the authority to say yay or nay on their budgets. There was about 3-year period where the state said we had to look over the schools, cities, towns, and they saw what a fiasco that was, and they They stopped it because, I mean, we had to sign off, but yet we couldn't say. Yay or nay on anything in their budget, but we still had to sign it, we were okay with it and the states. thought
And
that
we don't
was a
even-
Good idea.
And we don't even see their budget. Their budget gets turned into the state just like ours.
Okay, so you guys really don't have anything to do with it then, okay, because, I mean, I'm your plumber. It's,
Yes.
You know,
I have a question on that. Does anybody know how Mount Hope is taken care of?
It's a private, I believe.
Okay.
Because they have
I
their
spoke-
own association.
Okay, I spoke with, the guy that takes care of it now is Lou Thomas. And he was saying that, he runs it, it's their own business. They sell the plots, they do the service, they're very digging service. Goes partly for the maintenance of the whatever. Lawn mowing, whatever else that has to happen with it, so it's their own business. So you might speak with Luke, I can give you Luke's.
that would be great, if, yeah, we're looking for anything we can right now to kind of address this. Because, I mean, what I hear is that, well, it's just the way it's always been, we're gonna lose money here, and it's like. You know, okay, let's lose 10,000 instead of 200,000, you know.
And that's why the city of Attica has not done anything with the swimming pool. Because that was never a moneymaker from the day that it was instigated and started. That was never a moneymaker. It was a service that was provided to the citizens of Attica. And even though parents and individuals paid to go to that pool, that money that they paid in never paid for all of the expenses on it. It was a service that the city did for the citizens of that town. And that can be said the same for the cemetery. You know, everybody deserves a rightful burial.
Yes.
And if somebody didn't take care of all of it, you'd have everybody out there and their dog mowing each individual plot. Families would be out there mowing it.
Okay, right.
So then you run into the risk of, well, you know, Jeff over here is not mowing his family plot, but Aaron, they're making sure theirs is mowed. So, you know, you've got to have some continuity there.
Right.
And I understand the plight of the town. I totally get that. But as far as I know, the Catholic part of that cemetery is private.
I'm still getting to the bottom of that too.
And then you have the Jewish part
That's
of
exactly
that
right.
cemetery.
And then in the township, that, of course, Logan, you have two other cemeteries.
Exactly.
That are being taken care of by the trustee.
Yes.
So, okay, well, I didn't want to, you know, take a lot of your time, but I just wanted to find out, you know, what it was. And I think, Mr. Pointer wants to talk about something.
Yeah, I think we answered that. didn't we?
Yeah, you guys did great. Again, appreciate your help.
Okay, you're welcome.
Very well.
You're welcome.
The right direction.
Perfect.
It's the first I've heard that there was 5 towns that owns this, 5 cities in Indiana that owns them.
I did not know that either.
Not set up like Covington and.
Oh, yes. Who takes care of Belton, is that?
They have a cemetery board.
Cemetery Association.
Now, one in town, I believe, the trustee takes care of the one in town, but it's not. Can't be buried there now and. Gotcha, yeah, they just take care of them.
Oh, it's full. That one's full.
Well, it's just, it's not been used for.
Right, and I think it looks pretty much full to me when I walk through there.
Yeah.
Washington Center, things like that too, which is. John, like, is very, John, the, one at Hillsborough, Williams Hill, they have, started, people giving money into the foundation. Found, or the county foundation for, people in, so that might be an avenue too.
Yeah.
People start putting money into Riverside through the foundation. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we just didn't know, so.
Yeah.
We figured to start.
It's a unique situation.
It is, okay, but you know, you still have to pay for a plot, but they get upkeep for the foundation. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, please join us.
So, and also resident of Fountain County. I've been asked to come here by Mr. John Frog, concerning an issue of a RV park being developed in between my property at 3900 South Woodland Road, in Indiana, as well as Robbie and Kelly Mulwine's property. This gentleman's property is sandwiched in between ours, and John asked me to come here and ask if anyone's aware of this development from the commissioners or the close men or with it. Yes, I believe he has sent out, he should, Mr. is it Sam's? Sam's, it was Mr. Sam's, I believe, should be getting his response sometime.
I
think it
sent
was,
it certified.
was it the response for approval of rezoning? I'm gonna let him get his response first before I comment to you, just so it's fair for him to receive it first, so. Very good, well, as far as I'm aware, John sent out a certified mail Friday of his response to Mr. Sams. We are here to object to the use of that land. It is residential and agriculturally zoned, as is mine, the whole lines. We don't want an RV park out in the middle of the country between our houses, so we are here to object to that and bring it to your attention, which I'm glad you're already aware of it. And I know we have laws and ordinances in place. We have AHJs to just stop the use of this without prior approval. And I'll trust that that is being adhered to. Yep. So, Robbie Kelly, do you need anything?
It is on our lane is a dead end road. Right. And what we don't know 100% sure about campers being put in there or RVs or regular trailers out there. But he's wanting to use that for guys to stay there while they're on a job site.
So Duke Energy job
Duke
there.
Energy, big job coming up here.
So basically an RV park is what it's gonna be.
He wants to try to do that. Like I said, it's a dead end road. All the traffic has to come past our house. Ends at Ben's house, the right side of Ben's house.
We're at the side of my family.
So is it on both sides of the road?
On one side.
What side?
Yeah.
What side?
We're on the west side.
Yeah.
West side of the, I don't know, if Ben's got some pictures there.
Yes, so what I got here is 400 amp service, which is more like a commercial industrial use that we have out there. Picture with the service and one slip that's tempered and powerful, eventually the plugins will go on. Same thing here, 2 slips right here. With an outbuilding as well that we don't know what's in there, we're assuming like a shower or something, but. There it is again, right there, you can see the property, it's being developed, and right now, it's like only half of it is developed, so I see 3 slips. There's potentially more coming, so we're obviously very concerned about this.
We got 3 hydrants. I know, we got 3 hydrants set right now. I don't know if you can see them on those pictures, but.
So, okay, yep, thank you, we're aware, yep.
Would that be a BZA?
Well, it would depend on what John sent out, Mr. Truck sent out. If he rules in Mr. Sam's favor or against him, he can appeal it. Or he can go, if it's needs to be rezoned, obviously you go to the ABC. I mean, those are, or if Mr. Schrock has said it's okay, and I'm not saying he has, just then they could appeal it. So yes, but with the BZA, yes.
When's the next APC meeting or BZA meeting?
Thursday, tomorrow should be BZA.
Tomorrow, I saw that.
And
probably
ABC is Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes. But that would have to be publicly noticed if we were doing, right? As far as we couldn't do it, we couldn't
Yeah.
immediately do it on a Thursday.
Obviously, the guys never submitted a request, or they wouldn't be here saying, hey, we got a notice for
Yeah.
this, so.
Yeah. So you gotta, there are these hoops to jump through. a few, but yes.
So whatever they decide, I mean, if that guy gets a response and wants to change it, they'll get notification.
Them and all the other neighbors, yeah.
Okay,
So you're going towards the river on Blue Island Road. And then comes to the T and it goes both ways. Yeah. So where's the place that should? So be north.
Just north.
North, okay.
I'm at the dead end side.
Yeah,
Sands and I'm
sorry. Cause you can wind around, go down over the hill. I had a little gas down there.
yeah, that's my son's property now,
Yeah.
and we bought a place on top of the hill that I work. And then my sister actually owned that property that this fella's got his hands on.
Oh, this Philip Sands?
Yeah, I didn't even know it was for sale at the time. My sister passed away.
Yeah.
And they was in the process to put the basement and everything in there when she got killed. And, somehow he got her ex-husband, well, her husband at the time she got killed, sold it to him, kind of under the radar. Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. The next thing I know, we own these properties.
None of us were notified that this was happening.
She didn't stop and ask us about anything, like, you guys. Let us know that he's gonna be doing all his work one day, Traco shows up and starts.
I didn't even know where Blue Island Road was. I lived clear up almost to Tippecanoe County, so. When I heard, I'm about as far north that you can get.
You're right in the.
Yeah, we're kind of right.
Yeah,
So
I looked it up on the map, so I could make myself familiar with it.
Silver Island Road runs north to south. And then Hibbs comes out. And then goes to our lane, goes on back where the mailboxes used to set out on Silver Island. They getting tore down and everything, so they moved them clear back on Hibbs Road. So is that the dead end of Hibbs Road? Right where the mailboxes stop, and then the road goes to the north.
It is. It'd go right into the Silver Island right now.
Because the county don't take care of that.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Real quick, what would you guys like to do with the bids for the bridge? Katie's gonna take them back, or I'm gonna scan them in tomorrow morning to her, so she can put bid packs together and we can. Award the bid at that time, didn't know if you guys wanted to see the numbers as well. How would you guys like to?
Assume, just send them to us, just scan them all like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Council as well. So,
We good? Anyone else?
Anyone else? Council?
You need to talk about the.
Yes.
Yes.
Real quick, got an email in regards to 911. And there was some concern that she had over the salaries that we proposed for 2026. According to her figures which were not correct, I have the correct figures. And I did a spreadsheet and all the figures match exactly what we agreed upon and voted upon for the budget. So if the council is in agreement, I will pass this along to Dana and her department.
Yeah, I mean, she had the wrong figures. I don't know where she got those figures, but this
I
is
don't know either.
what you have on the spreadsheets, what I show on the salary ordinance that we haven't approved yet, but that's what is. It was $1,000, yeah, that's what was in the budget. So I think.
I think when she sees the spreadsheet, it paints a pretty clear picture, so. I'll pass that on then to Dana and her department. And hopefully the clarification will be suffice for them, so.
Okay.
That's all the council has, so
You get a motion to close commissioner meeting of commissioners.
Make a motion to close the commissioner meeting.
Second, in favor.
All right.
can I get a motion to close the council portion of the meeting? Motion by Jeff, a second. We can close, we don't have to.
You're done.
Right, yeah. I think she's writing.
Yep, it's fine.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, 6-0.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
See you.